Welcome back, everybody. Well, today I'm going to give you my opinion of the MX5400 tractor. I'll tell you what I like about it, what I dislike about it, and if I'd buy it again. But here's a little proof that I've used it. All right, just a few features about the tractor.
I like to interrupt this broadcast to bring you a very important message about the world's best cleaning product. Hi, I'm Palin, the SuperClean lady. And if you have tough, stuck-on grease, SuperClean's for you. Not if, but when you purchase your SuperClean product, me, Palin, the SuperClean lady, I'm not included because you can clean your own crap.
Well, sorry for the interruption, but that was my shy daughter. We're trying to get her to come out of her shell. As you can tell, she struggles with that. SuperClean sent us some products a while back and asked for opinion, which I said, you know, I'm probably not the right guy to do the cleaning product video, but Palin said she wanted to take on the task of trying it out and doing a commercial. So there's her take, but we have used it and it does work well. All right, this is an MX5400. I elected to go with the cab. That's something I do not regret for sure. I like the cab. Motor's about 55 horse. PTO, you get 46.5 horse back there. Now, working from the specs on Kubota's site, the loader is supposed to have a capacity of 2,275 pounds. I found that it's sufficient for the size tractor it is. As for the 3-point hitch, the capacity is supposed to be 2,310 pounds. I've not hooked it to anything that I can remember that it didn't pick up. And I will tell you that quick hitch is handy as a pocket on a shirt. Now, I elected to put one set of remotes on the back and one set of remotes on the front. I've not used them a lot, but they're there if I need them. Now, for the tires, I went with an R4 tire. That's sort of in between an ag and a turf tire. Doesn't tear up the yard that bad. I do have them filled, but they've worked fine for me. Now, when I bought it, I had them add 2 work lights to the front and 2 work lights in the back. Now, those work lights are just the halogen lights. I wish they were LED, but they're not. If you're putting them on yours, get LEDs instead of those halogen bulbs. It does have the skid steer attach up here for your bucket, in which I've got a set of forks that I run on it. Makes life a lot easier and you ain't got to drive any pins out. Now, I have replaced this door 2 times. When you grow up on open station tractors, you will forget and leave that baby open. That garage door got one, and then the last place we lived, that garage door got the other one. So remember to shut your doors. Now, I ended up going with the gear drive. So I've got the clutch, but basically you have a high and a low, and then you've got 4 gears right here. So you've got 8 forwards, 8 reverses. I usually, just on general work, I'll keep it in high back here, and I'll run it in first gear up here. Now, it doesn't have a shuttle shift, so you do have to clutch it every time, but you've got your forward and reverse lever. Now, there's been times I wished I would have went with the hydrostatic transmission versus the gear drive. My son has just now got tall enough to where he can mash the clutch and not come out of the seat and kill the tractor. But for continuous work, I like the clutch and the gear drive. You know, you can just let off your clutch and take off. But when you're running this loader a lot, forward and backwards, that hydrostatic would be nice. So I guess you could flip a quarter either way, but the gear works fine for me, but there's times where I regret not getting the hydrostatic. Now, as for the cab, this is the one feature that I bought this tractor with that I am pleased that I did. When I bought it, I worried about, you know, climbing in and out, shutting the door, tree limbs breaking the lights out, knocking the windows out. I've not found it to be a problem. Everything in it, it's enough room for me. If you got a passenger, it's not built for passengers. If they ride with you, they get a gear shift where the sun don't shine. Heat and air works good. Windshield wipers work well. PTO, front and back work lights. Obviously your lift control. Then you got your button for your front remote. Now it does have to do a regen, and I've got 375 hours on it. It's probably done it 10 or 12 times since I've owned it. Now there's one pedal I use a lot, and that's the foot throttle. Helps you when you're doing certain things, you can control your speed. Here's your differential lock. And here's a pretty neat feature. If you've got a PTO attachment that needs to be running while you're out of the tractor, you can engage your PTO, hit that button, and you can set and park while it still runs. All right, one of the things that I don't like about this tractor is I have no idea why they do not give you a door handle from the outside. You cannot access the cab from here. You have to pull this down in order to open this door. And when you're back here working, trying to hook something up, and you're on this side of the attachment, you can't get in this door unless you've opened it up prior to getting out of the cab. I don't understand that one, but you got to open it from inside. My next gripe is this 3-point hitch adjustment, to level your equipment. If you got any weight on this thing at all, you can't turn this. I end up usually sticking a pair of pliers through here and getting it to turn, but that is something that could be improved upon in my opinion. My next gripe with it is the engagement and disengagement for the 4-wheel drive. I usually end up running it in 4-wheel drive all the time. I will tell you, get it in 4-wheel drive. If you don't hold your mouth just right, you will not get it disengaged. So that can be tricky to get that to come out. It's one thing I don't like. Another thing that I think could be improved upon is the brakes on this tractor. They work fine, but when you tighten them to where they're, holding the way they should, it seems as though they grab. So that's finicky trying to get those brakes adjusted right. I even had the dealer look at those. It may be that I've just got one that something's out of kilter, but they work fine, but they could use a little improving. The only problem I've had with this tractor outside of, trying to get those brakes adjusted is I did have to have the dealer replace my clutch cable. I lost the clutch, took it back under warranty. They repaired it. Had no problems ever since. Last thing I'll gripe about is the toolbox. Basically, you get this little plastic compartment to the left side of the seat. I suppose you could get something to marry up to this bracket, but you got to worry about your rear glass swinging out. But you got your rear remote right down here below it. So I guess you could get something and sort of customize it. Maybe they've got a box that would work on it, but what it comes with is at the bare minimum. Well, I'm going to stop throwing off on old Betsy here because she served me well. But a few of the likes. The footprint of this tractor is small. It doesn't look like a 55-horse tractor. So there's a lot of power there for the frame and, footprint that it takes up. It's easy to get around. You can get in tight places. I've run it inside these buildings when I was building them. And so size of it's a great fit for me. From a maintenance standpoint, such as just changing oil, cleaning filters, general stuff, not bad to work on at all. Well, in the light category, I'm going to mention this cab again because I will tell you, it's a splurge financially, but if I was buying another one tomorrow, I would not buy it without it. 20 degrees, 90 degrees, raining, but I'll tell you what I like it for the most is it keeps you out of that dust, and I didn't think I would like it as much as I do, but I won't buy another one without it. Well, last but not least, when I was buying a tractor, I was debating on what size tractor I needed from a horsepower standpoint. And really and truly, until you get out and use it, you never know. But I'll tell you, this little tractor has done all I've needed to do. As you've seen earlier, I've had it hooked to yard boxes, land planes, bush hogs. I've plowed with it. Most strenuous thing I've done with it is I've got a 7x14 dump trailer. And when I was building this house, I'd load that trailer with the excavator and haul that dirt around. And I'd have 7 or 8 tons of dirt in that trailer. And this tractor handled it, hooked to the drawbar around these hills, handled it just fine. So I've got 47 acres here, 20-something of it's cleared. I've only put a 6-foot bush hog behind it, but I think I could put a 10 or 12-foot bush hog behind it and it would pull it and handle it just fine. But anyway, from a power standpoint, I'm well pleased. Well, before I go, if I had a wish list for this tractor, I wish it had a better toolbox. And I will tell you, it'd be really nice to be able to control this lift back here with a remote. That way you didn't have to go back inside that cab to raise and lower when you're hooking equipment. The quick hitch, you know, helps a lot with that, but it would be nice to have a lift adjustment back here. And why in the world they didn't put a door handle right here, I have no idea. Well, if you're looking for one of these tractors, hopefully my experience kind of enlightens you a little bit. I've been pleased with it, and I would buy it again. If you will, leave Billy Mays Jr., or as we call her, Palin, leave her a comment down below. Let her know how she did. Until next time, we'll see you later.